my heart has been really burdened lately for those in your generation that are choosing the wrong things because they're disguised as something else. So there's a lot of things that you guys are choosing, such as you're choosing addictions, you're choosing depression, you're choosing emptiness, you're choosing alcoholism, you're choosing gender confusion, hopelessness, and you think, I'm not choosing that, but you are, because no one in their right mind is actually going to choose those things, but they're disguised as fake freedom. Everybody say fake freedom. And that is what the enemy does. He comes in with these fake freedoms, and you think that these choices are going to be amazing, but you end up with the addictions, the depression, the alcoholism, the emptiness, the gender confusion, the hopelessness. You end up with those things, something that you never wanted in the first place. See, because all those lies are wrapped up in this fake truth that you think is true, but it's not. 2 Corinthians 11:14 says, and no wonder, for Satan himself disguises himself as an angel of light. And y'all have, I'm sure, heard that verse before. He starts small. So it's like if I handed you, let's say, Enoch, I'm going to come over and say, guess what I got? I'm going to give you a meth addiction. Here, you want it? It's going to end up making you homeless. You're going to lose your family. You're going to lose everything you ever wanted, your health. You're going to die a couple times and come back at the hospital and everything. So you sure you don't want it? Well, no, you're not going to choose that, right? But what you might choose is the first pill from a friend or the first drink at a party, because it's no big deal. It's, it's not, you're not like hooked on this yet. Like, so I don't know why everybody's making such a big deal out of this, right? It's just something small, but that's the way Satan does it. He starts very small, and he doesn't give you the full result, which is going to be death in the end. And a lot of us don't see that, and I know that I didn't see that. And so, okay, so real quick, I'm going to do an object lesson. So who wants to do this object lesson with me real quick? I need a volunteer. Hold on, I got to pick the right person. I got to get somebody who thinks that, come here, Elijah. Actually, Bryson, you come here, Elijah. Come here. Come right here. Bryson, bring me my bag. Bring me my bag. Okay, put it down right there. Okay, so first, all right, Elijah, I want you to give me 5 push-ups. 5 push-ups all the way down, okay? No, not yet. Give me 5 push-ups. Then I want you to jump back up. Give me 2 crisscrosses, turn around, come back, and give me 5 more push-ups. Yeah. Are you not coordinated? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, do some crisscrosses. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now turn around. Now crisscross again. Okay, turn back around. Give me 5 more push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now, what I want you to do, this is going to take a second. In the morning wearing that thing. While we're waiting, who thinks that he can do the same exact thing with all the extra weight? Yes. I think he can. Look, Pastor Brandt's going to come help. Pastor Brandt. I said Pastor Brandt. I know who he is. Huh? It's a 12-pound vest. Not that heavy.
It's 100.
And he acted like it was a 20-pound vest. There's nothing in it. All right, ready? All right. Yep, five push-ups. Here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 2. Come on, Elijah. Come on, cheer him on.
Come on, Elijah.
Come on, Elijah.
One more, you got it. Come on, Elijah. You got push-ups on your knees.
One more and then do some crisscross.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do your crisscrosses with your boot on. Okay. Okay, I won't make you do 5 more. Thank you, Elijah and Sean.
I couldn't do the push-ups.
Okay. All right, take it off. I'll put it right here. Okay. So, now y'all thought that would be, well, you thought it'd be fun at first, right? But once that weight started getting heavy, and I know it was only 12 pounds, then but after a while, it's going to get heavy. Okay, so you think it's fun at first, and the enemy will come in with these little things in your life, and he'll present it as something fun and something cool. But it ends up not being so fun and not being so cool in the end. John 8:44 says, you belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires, because he was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there's no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he's a liar and the father of lies. So there's literally, he can't tell the truth, even if he tried. Okay, so he also can't create life. Did y'all know that? The devil cannot create life. Only God can create life. And he hates that. So he has always come up with ways to deceive, to imitate, and to counterfeit what God has made and what God has. So he can lure you to his side. But in the end, it can't be life and it can't be truth, because he doesn't have any of that stuff. He can't offer it to you because he doesn't have it. So all the stuff that you are presented that's small and you think it's no big deal, if it's not from God, it's going to lead to death. Now, normally, I don't talk about my testimony a lot anymore. I used to go and speak to high schools and junior highs and tell my testimony a lot. But I felt like God really wanted me to tell this one part of my testimony. I was 17 years old, and it was the second time that I decided to run away from home. And it was fun at first because I ran off with a guy, and the police ended up chasing us cross country. I got arrested up in New York at a toll bridge because we had no money about a week later. And so my parents paid to fly me back. And of course, I didn't go home. I'd already run away, and I wanted to stay free. Everybody say fake freedom. That's what I wanted because I thought I was living, okay? So I went back to live with my friends, and I was probably there about another month or two just trying to live life and thought I was having a blast. We got drunk probably every single night. Everybody has their own thing that the enemy knows he can use to definitely bring you to death. With me, it was alcohol. Alcohol was my best friend. Oh my gosh, I loved to drink. That's all I did. We'd wake up in the morning. I would wake up probably around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning and start drinking. I would either pass out by like 6, 7 o'clock at night, come 2 hours later and start over. 6, 7. So that was my life, and that's what I did. Well, after a while, when the friends left, the parties weren't so much anymore. My boyfriend had left. Everything was gone. I realized one night when we were in just the middle of drinking, we were having a big drinking party, and I went off into another room, and I thought, I'm going to end my life tonight. I'm done. There's nothing else to live for. I have walked away from everything. Everybody that loved me, I turned my back on them because I thought that they were stopping me from living my life. So here I am. I got nobody. I don't have my parents. I don't have my friends. I have nobody. Well, I was too chicken to shoot myself and too scared to slit my wrists or anything. I didn't want to do anything like that. So I decided, because I drink all the time, I'm just going to drink myself to death. They'll just find me and I'll just die. So I went into the kitchen that we had, and I got an entire bottle of 100 proof vodka, cinnamon schnapps. And I decided I was going to take shot after shot after shot until I just was out. And that's what I did. I went into one of the rooms that we had there, and I just started drinking. I finished the entire bottle, probably, I don't even know. I did it as fast as I could without downing the whole bottle. And right before, I remember everything was just getting fuzzy, and I just remember saying, I got mad at God, and I said, this is your fault. This is your fault because I don't have anybody anymore, and you're not saving me. And I was raised in church, and my parents always told me that, you love me, and if I live my life for you, then this won't happen. But I'm not realizing that I made choices. I made choices leading up to where I was. And I told them that night, and I said, you know what, I'm going to die. I don't care. I don't care if I go to hell. I don't care what happens. I'm just going to die, and this is your fault, and I hate you. And that's what I said to God. And I don't really remember passing out, but what I do remember is, now my friends told me later, it was literally probably 8 or 9 hours later, I remember coming to on one of the bathroom floors, and I was cold as ice. My friends ran, and my lips were blue. I remember when I came to taking a giant breath because I couldn't breathe. And I know after I got saved and I look back on everything, God told me, you died that night. You died. You said you wanted to die, and you died. And I brought you back, and I lived that night. And you have to, even to this day, I sit there and I'm like, well, why? Why'd you spare me? I mean, I literally was on the floor, and I'm like, I hate you. This is your fault, which we all know it wasn't his fault. That was my fault, right? Because I put myself in that position. But he brought me back because he knew that one day my testimony was going to pull others out of that same darkness and out of that same emptiness and out of the coldness of what I thought was life and how I thought I was living fake freedom. And I thought I was so free. And this is when you see me, especially me, I know you see a strong Christian, or you see anybody who is just so in love with the Lord, and you look at them and you think, how do you're so in love with Jesus, how do you act like that? Like, I don't understand, I don't get it. It's because I died. I was dead, and he brought me back. Anybody who has died in their sin and they were dead spiritually and Jesus brought you back, there's nothing like that. You won't find anything out there like that, because there isn't anything out there like that, because the enemy has counterfeit. That's all he has. But God has true life. That's what he has. So again, I don't share a lot of that, and that's just one little part of that, but I really felt like I needed to share that tonight, because the enemy comes in and he brings in, it's a slow death, and it happens slowly. Again, like when I offered Enoch a whole meth addiction, he's not going to take that, but it would have started small, and if he would have kept down that road, then he would have ended up with a meth addiction and probably died in that, right? So our decisions, they matter. And so I just wanted to, I want to say a lot of things, but I want to say one more thing. When someone in your life, and it doesn't matter what it is that you're seeking, if it's not from God, and you have people in your life that love you, whether it's your mom, your dad, a youth leader, your pastor, a friend that's a strong Christian, and you feel like, they're just living, really strong for the Lord, a little more than you, and they're giving you advice and they're telling you don't do this, they're probably telling you because they've been in that spot. That's probably why they're telling you that. So when these young people, sometimes they look at me and they say, you don't understand. You don't understand what I'm going through. You don't get it. Like, you just don't get it. I am deep in depression. You don't know what it's like to want to kill yourself. Yes, I do. I did it. And I came back, and God brought me back. So yes, I know what it's like to die in that. I also know what it's like to get pulled out of that and live. And it's so amazing. And it's something that I want for everybody. So I'm going to end with two things. But I want to say, if you could meet your future self today. Now think about this for a minute. Let's say 10 years from now, 10 years from now, could be standing right in front of you. What kind of person do you want to be? But it's a good question. I actually, I didn't think about that when I was y'all's age. I just wanted to still be alive. I was trying to survive. So, but really, 10 years from now, what do you want to see? If you were standing right in front of yourself, Do you want to see, like you guys, you want to see a strong man of God that's leading his home? 10 years from now, that's probably where you guys will be. With a good job and maybe some kids. I mean, that would be amazing, right? And how about you girls? I mean, 10 years from now, I'm sure you guys would love to be with the God that God created for you and maybe have some kids. And I mean, it'd just be so amazing, right? But what if that person is not even there to look at you right now because somewhere along the way in the next 10 years they're gone. And you don't get to meet the future self because you made a lot of wrong decisions. So tonight, I want to open this up. I want to open up the altar real quick. Just anybody that feels like they have some extra weight, that's turned in its bad decisions. And it could be something big, it could be something small. It doesn't matter. But if there's something that you feel like you just need to lay it down at the feet of Jesus, then you need to do that tonight. Because God was very, very strong with this with me, that I needed to do this tonight. So there are lots of you here tonight, I know in my heart, that need to lay something down and give it up to God. So I'm going to have them play maybe one more worship song while you guys come up and just spend some time with the Lord. Okay, just right here, and I want you to come up and really lay it down. Lay everything down and let him rush in with the truth and not lies and just bring life to where there's been darkness.